Makadi mose muri Zimbabwe kusana zvekare pano pachivhitivhiti paTV yenyu patinenge tichikupai nyaya nemaririsa updates anenge achiitika munyika yeZimbabwe. Right, nyaya yeconstitution yeZimbabwe nenyaya yebill ravo ra2026 bill number 3 of 2026 amendment. Right, toda kuti tiverengirane maclauses up to 7. Toda kuti muzive because vamwe hamusi kuziva nyaya yemaclauses kuti vari kuti chii panyaya dzavo idzi. Right, in detail the bill provides as follows. Clause 1 irikuti this clause provides the short title of the bill. Clause 2, this clause transfers the responsibility for registering voters, compiling the voters roll and maintaining the voters roll and registers from the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission to the Registrar General. The rationale ensure efficiency since the Registrar General is the custodian of these records. Clause 3 irikuti apa ndopari kutaura paregistrar general apa ndopari kutaura kunzi ZEC inenge saite basa rayo zvinenge zvakuitirwa kwaregistrar general. Right, clause 3 irikutaura ichiti this amendment establish a parliamentary method for selecting the president. It specifies that candidate must secure a majority of votes, and if no one achieves an absolute majority, a runoff election will be held. This process is overseen by the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission to ensure it is conducted properly. These measures strengthen constitutional accountability by promoting fairness, openness, and judicial oversight in election. The procedure for the election shall be in accordance with the standing rules and orders of the parliament. Right, apa ndopataura nyaya yekunzi vanhu vanenge vasavhoti manje, apa ndo pane nyaya dzacho apa dzekusavhota kwevanhu. Panenge pachitaurika nyaya yekuti parliament ndo inenge ichikwanisa kuselekta president, ndo pane nyaya dzacho paclause 3. Right, clause 4, 9 ne10 nyaya dzacho dziri panapa. Pari kunzi paclause 4, 9, 10 to eliminate election mode toxicity and allow sufficient time for project implementation while promoting stability. These clauses aim to substitute the current 5-year term with a 7-year term as provided in section 95, 143 and 158 of the Constitution. Apa kutaurwa nyaya yekunzi term yamaiziva kuti term ine 5 years pane pakuwedzerwa mamwe maviri makore yobva yaita 7, term inenge ane 7 years. Saka munhu akatanga kumamira zvake ipapa akatanga kutokanganisa zvake anenge akutokanganisa up to 7 years. Takangomutarisa achibhaisa zvake, takamutarisa 7 years dzese achibhaisa. Right, ngatipinde paclause 5. Clause 5 kuti this clause provide for the deletion of the word first before vice president. This concept was repealed by constitutional amendment number 2. Right, toenda paclause 6 irikuti this clause stipulates that the provision of section 92 shall take effect if the president elect passes away, resigns or is removed from office. Right, koya 7 iri yachiti this clause remove the word high court and replace with the Supreme Court, since the Attorney General must be qualified for appointment as a judge of the Supreme Court. So muri Zimbabwe ndo pari kuperera nyaya dzedu. So ngatipinde mutiri kuzvotaura nemakomrades manje mukati.
I think I know my MPs, Guti, yes, some of them, especially the ones that were voted by the people coming from CCC, some of them have remained under Chabango. And what we have heard from most of them is to say, no, we don't belong to Chabango.
Yes.
I think that there is a very much need to put pressure, public pressure, and to ask them to review their positions publicly, on this bill. Because what we are having, I don't know, Angu process after the 90 days, I'm not so sure how the process works when we will know whether there's a referendum or not. But I believe that when it comes, say, if it's been passed, when it comes to voting, this will rely on the parliament, members of parliament, right?
Yes.
So their vote is going to be obviously powerful if it comes to that. Yes, but I genuinely think each constituency, every place, I think these people needs to be put to task. We need them to review their positions openly, so that we know what is it that they are doing. Because, like you are saying, a conversation with Wende that you said you had on Twitter and stuff. I feel most of them, Barkungo, they are leaving it hanging. They want to pretend as if they are not there. But then when it comes to the actual voting or to think, where are they going to vote? Are they going to stand with the people, or they are going to, destroy the will of the people? So I think there's very much need for everybody to consult with their MPs who are still in there, just to put their positions public. I think is one of the acts that we should be doing. Um, there's a lot of things as well. I think social media, like the spaces and stuff, very important, because if you've got 90 days, we know Zimbabwe would like protest, even though it's something that people should be doing. We know probably that route, there won't be much of people doing protests. As you are saying, could have already seen what they are trying to do. They are very afraid of the people. Kuti havatomboda kuti vanhu vaungane, like yatenda ibiti yacho yamurupa, as an example. So I think that word needs to go out as far as possible. You need to keep on passing the information to everywhere where we can, through my social media, through whatever we can. But I think my meetings as well. So because tinema groups akawanda, tinara Tendai BT. I think there is Jameson Timber as well. I'm not so sure mazita acho akada kufanana. But at the end of the day, these guys are fighting for the same thing, right? So
Yeah.
I think it's good, Kuti. There are so many fronts, that are challenging it. Like you said, Kuti, Kuligal, there are people that are doing that, the Madukus and whatever. I think people needs to go in groups as opposed to individuals. I think once people are in groups and there is a number, our government, Ziva, avatomboda vanhu kuti the thing that they are afraid is the voice of the people. If
Yeah.
it's together and people in whatever we are going to do, like I think that's where, and at the end of the day, that is what the will of the people is. You cannot change the you cannot go and change the constitution against the will of people, because if it is there to benefit the people, why would you not do it through people? Let the people decide what is right and what is not. You cannot impose on that. So I think, yeah, it will be interesting. But for me, really, I would love a situation whereby we know what these MPs publicly, what is their decision going to be.
Yeah, I think that is quite crucial. Since we are saying what is we want to be engaging in a parliament, I don't know whether it is a time for a another social contract with these guys. I know, but not all of them are in supporting of this. And those who are not in support of this are the ones that we can be relying on in
Mhm,
terms of knowing the schedule, in terms of knowing whatever it is that would have been decided in that Augusta House.
mhm,
So I made a call to say, Kuti, maybe sometimes you come to a point whereby we rethink everything and say, Kuti, how can we find each other? How
mhm,
can we start to be working together as a unit? And we consider some of these guys, in there to be
mhm,
people who are still, still with the people,
mhm,
right? So to come out and be in a position to be interacting with us, my citizens, from platforms, atina wakasiyana siyana. I think
mhm.
it is a very good, starting point
Yeah.
to extend that olive branch kuti tichiziva kuti tiri kufamba sei, where are we going, where are we at the present moment. I know it's going to be difficult for them to come out, because some of them, they've got the fear yavo nenge yavainayo. But we know there are some wakaita sana agents right, who do not fear anything. They can easily come out and say kuti this thing I'm not his position is already known anyway. So those are the folks, that we need. We need to engage them. We need to interact, with them. We need to be talking, to them. We need them on our side, such that we know everything, that is going on. And they are the best people who can be telling us some of the things that may not be made, public, to us. And in more on. Because one time my
Yeah,
meetings were one watching where would we Chagad. So guys, it's quite important that we get to that understanding. And I think it is crucial.
absolutely,
Mm.
absolutely. Yeah, we need to make use of those people that can speak. I was I watched on YouTube the that interview. Well, it was a presentation from Ibo Mandaza with Nahopo and Agents Gumbo and Brighton Mateberuke, and I think what was the other one? It
And
was
then there was Munyara Gwisai as well.
Nyaraz Gusai, yeah, and
Yeah,
Chipo,
yeah, Dr. Chipawanga Ripo.
Dr. Chipo as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just some interesting text to there. But from what you are saying, I think people like Agents Gumbo definitely there will be the kind of people that are willing to come and speak to us and give us the inside information. But I think information needs to be. I don't know how we can hold these MPs to account because honestly, when it was voting time and everything, these people were very accessible. These people came to came to the citizens for whatever it was, whether they wanted to communicate, whether they were campaigning, they were speaking to the thing. And this 90-day period should be a time when they should be visible to the citizens and being clear, being open and saying, this is where they're going to be. Because, Ango, if you look, Kuti, if this 2-year extension goes ahead, it does not only benefit the president, it also benefits the MPs,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Councillors. So we know, could if there are some people who are just relying now, they've lost the will of the people and they don't want, they don't want. They've basically turned their backs on the people and saying Takuita, Takutambia Tinoda, they won't be open. So I just wish there's a way we can force these guys to publicly put their position openly so we know where they are. And I think there must be pressure to do that.
Right. Okay. Violet Beauty, how are you?
Hello, Uncle. I'm fine, thanks.